Hello, welcome to an unboxing video. Yeah, it was quite a while and since I did any personal videos, so videos where I'm talking to you. This was not really on purpose. Yeah, I did some stuff last year and the year before, 2020 and 2021, like these videos called Beer and Music, where I grabbed some vinyls, and yeah, this all was a lot of fun since then. Yeah, let's say these lockdown days are over, and I'm also, even when I'm at home, the other work starts, and this is for my work for the label Golden Core, for the company ZYX Music Germany. So yes, even there's not much shows for me as a drummer right now. I must say I'm busy. In German we would say I'm a busy. Okay, you don't understand that part. So yeah, I just wanted to show off some of the most recent releases on Golden Core. Two brand new vinyls that will be released on the 28th of January. So maybe some of you are watching this video before the release, which is cool because then you can still pre-order. After that it's after order. No, it's just order. I would say. So let's have a drink on you here. It's a Kurkuma shot. So no beer at that time. It's noon here in Germany right now, so I can't drink beer at noon outside festivals. Okay. Yeah. These two vinyls I'm talking about with the release on the 28th of January this year. Let's start with Living Death, World's New Roses. I can't say if it's mirroring a little, because these babies are of course sealed and I want to keep them sealed. It's not that I have 1,000 copies here just because I did that reissue of my favorite Living Death album. Yeah, it's true, it's my favorite Living Death album, and I know that I have some... There's some bands where my favorite album is not really the favorite album of many other people, but in case of World's New Roses, I heard a lot of people saying, hey, yes, that's really an underrated one from Living Death. And I must say, there was these first two speed metal albums, and if you listen to them closely, it's not just really fast stuff on that. I remember a song called Nightlight, for example, Nightlight or Night Lights, which was really so real German metal. Then we had the Arc Records thrash albums, or let's say one thrash album and an EP, the Back to the Weapons EP, and then Protected from Reality, which was technically really great thrash metal, especially also because they had a new drummer with Atomic Stife from Violent Force.
Hörst du Toto?
Ja, ich bin der Toto und sing.
Jo. Und du isst Würstchen und blutest. Das macht nichts. Hey,
a guy that was really able to play fast double bass, and he was really good in that thrash stuff. Never heard of this guy again, by the way. It's been a while. He was in my TV show, Living Death were in my TV show, and he was the most funny guy of the band for sure. Yeah, and and I think after this thrash, this 1.5 thrash albums, some people were a little disappointed when World's New Roses was released, because it's only 3 or 4 songs that could be labeled real thrash metal. The title track, Last Birthday, Schizophrenia is pretty fast, but yeah, if you compare the other songs to, let's say, this old song Nightlight, for example, you can say that they have combined their complete past in that album here in 1989, and I really love it. And yeah, we have a special edition here of this last album of Living Death. It was not the last album. The band went on a sacred KO with Atomic Stife and the singer Toto. I don't know if there was any other original member in that. Yeah, and I think the Kelch brothers did Living Death with a new singer. So they both made one last album and that's it. I think Sacred K was even just an EP. So this was technically the last real Living Death album. And we were happy enough to get a great high resolution picture of this cover artwork. So we were able to print that without the logo on this inlay here. Yeah, the other side of the inlay is like you are used to it from Golden Core. I really love to show off memorabilia, how you call it. I heard about that, it's called like that. So here's an old advertisement. Here are various versions of the album. Here is an old order card, so don't send it to anybody, you won't get any merchandise. Here are a few words that I have written because there were no liner notes possible here from any band members. And yeah, something like a kind of poster that you can put on your teenage room wall. Yeah, there's no bonus tracks here, it's a vinyl. It's already a perfect length. The vinyl looks pretty cool. We have this picture here on side A, on side B we have what I really loved back in the days, this side and other side, you know, this side and other side, say I, say B, the tracks, and it looks also old school. And oh fuck, okay, I should have rehearsed that a little. Yeah, this LP comes with a CD. There's a CD inside here in just some PVC, so no cover, but it's inside here, and I just took it with me in my car when I was at the post office some minutes ago. So I'm sorry that I don't have the CD here right now, but yeah, there's two different masters. This I did a remaster in general, but it was then mastered for vinyl by a guy from the ZYX Music Studio, Vadim Kulin. He's working with vinyl since many years. He has way more knowledge how to treat and handle vinyl. So all our ZYX vinyls, even I'm remastering them, he's checking he's doing the final check for vinyl and checking if there's too many high or low frequencies, if the stereo is too wide for vinyl. So this is all. I could do that, but usually it's better if he does that. And yeah, so my what you hear on the CD is the typical Neudi remaster that you know from the other Golden Core albums. And yeah, so far I got good reviews on this kind of work I do. The other album is not from Arc Records, but yeah, you can imagine that I have talked with the same guy about Living Death and this one here. Of course, it's Ralf Hubert, who was, or is the owner of Arc Records and the driving force behind the progressive metal band, one of the first in Germany, along with ZYX even. Mekong Delta, he plays bass and of course concert guitar, and usually the concert guitar is not that prominent, but on this album it is, because this was something special here in 1994 with Visions Fugitives, because there were 4 songs that were the typical speed thrash progressive metal Mekong Delta are known for, still with singer is German, with singer Doug Lee, whom we all know from Siren. Siren were on Arc Records, then he's remained in Germany, and you know that story. Now he's back in Siren, which is really cool. I never met him, which is weird because I'm from Germany. Yeah, whatever. And there's one long song called Suite for Group and Orchestra, and this is really a masterpiece. Even if you don't like classical music or instrumental music, this is really catching you. I can promise. It's of course high-end music. There's no other way to describe the skills and the abilities of these guys. In 1994, and the good thing is we can say first time on vinyl, and this makes a lot of sense these days. because yeah, there's people want to have yeah, these albums at home they grew up loving, or they want to have albums they like in their vinyl collection too, and now we are offering this. This comes with lyrics. It's really important in case of Mekong Delta, because also here you have yeah, it's not about having sex in a rock and roll disco and then driving with your motorcycle to a graveyard to meet zombies. No, it's something different with Mekong Delta. Yeah, this LP is limited. Weird noises. Limited to 500 copies, and Living Death with a CD. In general, this version here is limited to 300 copies. So it's no promotion gag to say better be fast with this one. I have to check the camera now. Yeah, it's still running. Okay, we are a little faster now with the CDs. This was also the first 2022 release, a reissue of the debut album from the German band Morbid Chester, and it already got some great reviews by the online magazines, and still waiting, of course, for the print magazines here in Germany, because these guys get the finished CD, the final CD, and so it's always a little late until we get the reviews from these kind of magazines. So yeah, it's hard to describe this music. The first song makes you think that it could be speed or thrash metal, but it ain't. It is traditional heavy metal what these guys were doing in the first half of the 90s, and but it's not. There's a huge how can I say it? A tendency to US metal here in that music. Even you can hear that it's from Europe. So it's best is to check it out. We have 2 bonus tracks, unreleased demo songs that are of a okay sound quality, but the album itself is remastered for the first time. It's the first reissue ever of this album. There will be a vinyl later this year. Vinyl is a disaster right now. It takes about 8, 9, 10 months until a vinyl is ready. So yeah, it will take a while. Yeah, the album originally was produced by SLCO, as you might remember him from Angel Dust, as a singer of Angel Dust or Scanner. Then he had his own studio. I think he still has it. And he had his label One More Flop Records. So you might remember this guy. And yeah, check out the snare drum on this. This is a really good snare drum where the bass drum makes boop and the snare makes gosh, and not this on the same level stuff, you know, deep bass drum boom 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 boom. You know what I mean? The opposite of Future World from Pretty Mates. I hate that. This is cool. This is a great snare sound. So then we had last year Fathom Neck. This was one of the the reactions on the feedback on this CD was obviously even more than with other reissues we did that year. It's a band from Wichita, long gone. The one demo tape is from '88, the other from 1990. The first one is produced by Mark Shelton, but both were recorded at Miller Studio, where all the ManillaRoad albums, all the ManillaRoad albums from the 90s, except of Out of the Abyss, I think, or Mystification. I need to check it out again. Were recorded. So this is really top-notch stuff. It's not a demo sound at all. It's really it sounds like an album that was never released. It's in between US power metal and thrash metal. So I would say if you like the later Lars Rocket or Power Mad or this guys, I don't know if you remember then, Cyclone Temple, you can't be wrong by buying this great CD here. And by the way, it's the brother of the ManillaRoad singer Brian Patrick playing bass here, and he was in ManillaRoad 2 around 2007. Then also, this was our last release in 2021. It was December. It was time for Liberic. And I knew that it won't be as easy as with Fathom Neck or the Griffin or that stuff. That this will be a little more hard to bring to you, to the metal fans at least. So I listened to it because I bought the album on Discogs, because I knew the bass player, and I thought, oh funny, this guy, I can buy an album from this guy. He's now, I think, late 50s or so. And I thought, hey, I sent him a photo, a WhatsApp message. Hey, I just bought your old album, just to make a joke more or less. And because I thought it will be some boring German pop rock. And then I put it on the turntable here, and I was doing a booklet, a CD booklet with my girlfriend for Golden Core, while this music was playing. And I thought, oh, this first song is really good. And then the second song, it's great. It reminds me of new wave British heavy metal, but with German lyrics. And it went on like that. That's only maybe 4 or 5 songs that are not hard rock, more regular rock. But it was enough, especially along with the rare 7-inch single that we included here from 1980, where they still sung in English, Alaska Nights, and the other song was, can't remember right now, it's on here. Alaska Nights, Hard Work, yeah, that's it. And you should check that out if you like obscure stuff, and especially for you people who are not speaking German. I think that's really cool, because they even have a German dialect from the Pirmasens area, which is noticeable, and really noticeable. So if you are into the more lightweight new wave of British heavy metal bands with a basic but really good production, you will love that album. And some don't see it, but I understand. It's not for everybody. Yeah, then we did a compilation with all that stuff we had to that date on Golden Core. It's a double CD called Metal Cult Festival. It is available for the price of 1 CD. It's a mix of offering a great compilation album and some promotion also for our products, and what I did in the last 3 years with or for Golden Core. So looking at this list here, I'm pretty proud. Of course, ManillaRoad was before I joined the label as A&R, but at least I was already an artist there because the last 3 studio albums from ManillaRoad were on Golden Core. So yeah, it's really a cool CD with some photos I took. This cover artwork here is an artifact that my parents gave to me. They got it from some science guy who died, and nobody was there to keep his stuff. That was all thrown away from his old house, and my parents kept some stuff, and I love that. Here's the artifact in a bass guitar that is here around in my house. So I love to do photos. This is a Blumenvase. I can't say this in English. Where you put flowers in for some days in water, and then the flowers die. No, they are already dead, but they still look good. My English is great. I need to do more videos before it's at least a little better. Yeah, that's Metal Cult Festival. Looks a little like a Japanese pressing, and this was my purpose. Some people even think, oh, what's that, the Japanese pressing? Oh, no, it is not Japanese. That's not an OB. Yeah, and the reviews were good in the end. Of course, some of the print magazines, we don't like compilations. They didn't do a review, of course. But yeah, the online magazines loved it, and people loved it too. Yeah, I could show even more stuff. I will show one last one, because, oops, I just destroyed it. Mess! We have the debut album from Mass from 1977. And yeah, you know Mass, it's one of the oldest German heavy metal bands. So this album here is from 1977, and some recordings are even from 1976 when they still were called Black Mass. Yeah, pretty occult, and the story is told inside the booklet, of course. We are Golden Core, of course. There is some booklet pages, and working with this band with Günther V.Redney is really enjoyable because, yeah, he's really into helping to create such a reissue. So the reviews were really great. I'm sorry, the camera was off. I think it was these 20 minutes, and then the video, the camera stops. So thanks for watching. This was the first YouTube video since a while. So you see, not much has changed here. I hope you all consider buying these vinyls, 300 copies with CD inside, 500 copies, first time on vinyl ever. So you need that, and of course all the nice CDs I showed to you here today. Thanks for watching, see you next time.